What's up, you guys? DeFi Darius, digital asset junkie. So it looks like the United States have got dinged on our credit score. Let's take a
Welcome
look.
back. We have a news alert for you. Moody is lowering its credit rating on the United States debt one notch to AA from AAA due to increasing government debt and interest payments, but improving the outlook to stable from negative. Moody's doesn't think the current fiscal proposals being considered will result in material reductions in spending, but it's also saying it doesn't expect significant impact from tariffs on economic growth. They do expect the U.S. debt will rise to about 134% of GDP by 2035.
Wow. So it looks like Moody, a credit bureau, has dinged us on our credit score. Wow. We went from double A, triple A to double A plus, whatever that means. Um, who cares, right? This goes back to I remember I read a book by the late great Dick Gregory, R.I.P. to the goat of comedy. Dick Gregory was a comedian in the early 50s, 60s. He pretty much came up during the time Bill Cosby came up, and he obviously went a different direction than Bill Cosby. Dick Gregory was pretty much a civil rights leader, a truth sayer. Um, he has a book called Niger. I can't say it. I do not want to get monetized. But it was a excerpt in his book where he talked about not paying his excuse me, not paying his Sears credit card. Sears was aggressively hounding him. And and back in those days, paying your credit was a big deal, right? So the moment he pretty much got free was when he was just like, fuck this bill. All right, man, let's hear these nerds on MSNBC talk more about this Moody credit score.
All right, it is time for Money Power Politics. Today, investors shrugged off news that the U.S. has lost its AAA credit rating, with the S&P 500 squeezing out its sixth day of gains, but consumers may not be so lucky. Mortgage rates crossed back over 7% after Moody's credit downgrade, their highest level since April. While business titans Ray Dalio and Jamie Dimon warned that investors are underestimating the economic risks of the downgrade. With me now to discuss this, Natasha Sarin.
All right, so Ray Dalio and Jamie Dimon, these guys, I mean, they just have their opinion. All right, you know what they say, like opinions like an asshole. Everybody has one. We should definitely know that or understand that because of the whole COVID situation. Well, we had Dr. Fauci. He pretty much lied to the American people. I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole or anything, but that was a time where you had experts, multiple experts saying conflicting things. One expert was saying that this was right. The next expert was saying that this was right. And both of those things that they were saying was right were on two opposite ends of the spectrum, But sometimes when we have situations like this can get really nerve-wracking. Let's listen to these nerds
Former
talk
Treasury
some more.
official and Yale law professor, and David Gura, correspondent for Bloomberg and host of the Big Take podcast. Great to have both of you with us. Most people may not know what it means when you get a credit downgrade. They may know it in their personal lives, but what does it actually mean for consumers when a country like the United States gets downgraded?
So this is confirming what I think a lot of people have felt.
So that's, we're going to figure out, what does this mean to the everyday consumer, to the average everyday American citizen? What does this credit downgrade
The
mean?
United States gets downgraded.
So this is confirming what I think a lot of people have felt or thought about the U.S. economy for a long time. So there's three major credit rating agencies. This is the third one to downgrade the United States. So we've seen it happen before. There was kind of more dislocation the first time that it happened. But it's this recognition of the fact that the fiscal stability of this country isn't as safe as it once was. So to your question about what it means for regular folks, it's part of this broader trend of, I think, people questioning what had been taken for granted in this country for a long time, that this was the safest place to put your money, that U.S. debt was the safest investment in the world. Now there are signs, at least recognized by these agencies, that that might not be as safe as it has been.
And all right, so do you guys understand what he just said? Okay, so in layman's terms, pretty much what he's saying is that America is not a safe place to put your money. Okay, so let's say you're a rich guy living in Greece or France or whatever. Let's say you're ultra rich. Most ultra rich people, all right, they will send their kids to the United States to get education. All right. So then after they get education, they obviously become citizens. They have a business. And we all know that once you have an actual business, you create debt. So now what this report is saying that America probably is not at the top tier spot where you should be creating debt. You know, so I don't know. Billionaires might stop sending their kids to the United States. That's what they're saying. So this is definitely threatening that. You know, let's
Ultimately,
fairly
you
look what they're
expect
saying.
American officials to come out and either defend what they're doing or to address the concerns that these agencies have. Instead, we heard Scott Bessent do something a little bit different. Watch this.
I think.
All right, man. Let's look. This guy looks ultra nerdy, man. I'm definitely interested in hearing what he has to say.
That Moody's is a lagging indicator. I think that's what everyone thinks of credit agencies. If we go back to your initial question on the Moody's downgrades, who cares? Qatar doesn't, Saudi doesn't, UAE doesn't. They're all pushing money in.
Whoa, okay. He's speaking like a true American. He was like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what Moody is saying? We're just going to continue on doing what we do. And even though dude looks ultra nerdy, I will have to agree with him. All right. Right now, if you are holding cash in your account, abundance amount of cash, you are dumb. You should put it on the blockchain. This is not financial advice at all, you know, but it's obvious what's going on. It's obvious what's going on. They are, you know, it's been a theory or a hypothesis or a what do you call it? Yeah, theory that the current administration that is in office right now is currently 2025. We're approaching summertime of 2025, just so that you know what time it is. So the current American administration is trying to destroy the dollar. Okay, trying to make inflation go up, at a rapid rate or whatever. It's obvious. It's obvious that is what they are doing. But just because your dollar is going up does not mean that the dollar is still going to be not valuable. Okay? All right? So what you have to do to get value from your dollar, you got to put it on the blockchain. Okay? You got to pick your poison. All right? We all know the top industries that are going to lead this new digital revolution. Some people call it the fourth industrial revolution. These are the industries: AI, banking, and gaming. All right? Pick your poison. All right? Let's listen to some more nerds talk.
There's a BRICS stablecoin that comes out in the next 12 months that is backed by gold. Not fully, BRICS, but partially. Because I know they're doing a BRICS currency and they're going to want to have their stablecoin. And, what better message that this has got gold in it. And so I don't think the gold phenomenon is going away.
How about no? Gold phenomenon is definitely not going away. Gold goes back decades and centuries, right? Gold is not going nowhere. But I'm a firm believer, and please, you guys can roast me in the comments if you guys want. All right, but please, I got to remind you, like before you do it, and subscribe, I should say. But I'm a firm believer that saying that Bitcoin is digital gold is disrespect to Bitcoin. You get me? You get what I'm saying? You guys understand what I'm trying to say here? Okay? All right? So let's see the leader of the Free Nation talk.
About BRICS, the BRICS states are like six.
And look at Trump. You could tell he's going to talk shit. When he's in this pose, like when he has his body like cocked to the side, you could tell he's going to talk shit. And he's talking shit about the BRICS nation. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Of them, and they were trying to destroy our dollar. They were going to say, they wanted to create a new currency. They probably wanted to use the yuan, China. They wanted to use the yuan. And Biden said, well, this is a tough situation. There's not much we can do about that. We can't help that. I said, oh, we can help it. So when I came in, the first thing I said is any BRIC state that even mentions the destruction of the dollar will be charged a 150% tariff and we don't want your goods. We don't want to partake. And the BRIC states just broke up. I don't know what the hell happened to them. We haven't heard from the BRIC states lately. But he said that wasn't much we could do about it. There was a lot. It took once, literally. They said, sir, what about the BRIC states? They're going to take over the dollar, the sanctity of the dollar. They're going to create a new currency to rule the world.
Well, Maria, I think it's
See, man, yeah. So that's obvious. BRICS. I don't like politics or anything, but hey, man, things are getting hairy. I don't think that BRICS is going to last. It's obvious, what India and China, they're at each other's throats. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Let's keep it real, man. All right, you guys. That's it for this post, man. Please like and subscribe. My name is DeFi Darius. This is the Digital Asset Junkies. You must buy Bitcoin. You must buy XRP. You must buy XLM. You must buy all major digital assets.